he is like an arrogant kid who doesn't really believe what he's saying. He's kind of just emulating his father and his brother. This is really a win-win for him. This is his biggest payday, his biggest fight, and if he can beat me, like, he would become the king of this scene now.
Jake, pleasure to have you here in London.
My guy.
Listen, this fight's been a long time coming, but we're finally here. Surely that makes you feel... I know you come out and said a few things about Tommy Fury, but one of the main things was he don't want to fight you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I still don't think he does. It just, I feel like he's forced to. I feel like he's forced into this situation, which is great for me. I've been waiting the whole entire time, licking my chops, and now, here we are, and less than a month away.
So he's ready to fight. He's from a long line of fighting people in his family. For generations past, all they've been doing is fighting.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting, and that's what makes this fight awesome, and it makes it a 50-50 fight. The betting odds came out and the lines were even. He's been doing it since he was 12 years old. I've been doing it now. My 3-year pro boxing anniversary is like tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it for 2 years, 364 days. Hey, made in America, let's go.
You see the lifestyle and you think, is he taking it seriously? But you're set up in Puerto Rico, you've got your own bespoke gym. Listen, I've sat there and I've watched some of the circuits that you do. It's intense.
It's like the repetition day in, day out, the practices that nobody see, and just always showing up to the gym. When people start to come around, like my sparring partner, they're like, wow, like I knew he took it serious, but I didn't think he took it this serious. So I guess I've got the ace up my sleeve, and I'm more athletic than these guys, more powerful, faster thinker. So as long as I show up mentally prepared and in shape, no one can beat me as far as I'm concerned.
Is that what gives you the confidence, your dedication to the sport, your obsession with the sport, that says you can go and beat a man from generations of fighting people?
Yeah, no, that's definitely what it is, and I made up for that lost time with that obsession, with my team, having some of the best, coaches in the world around me that are watching my every little move and, making small little adjustments. I feel like a science project. I'm more dedicated on the recovery side of things, which means I can train harder. I'm always stretching, ice bath, yoga, meditation, and half the fight's mental, man. When you get past round, 3 or 4, and you start to get tired, it's really just who wants it more. And a lot of the technique, it's still there, but it really just turns into who could take the punches, who wants it, who's gonna get the W. He's way more experienced, has amateur career, all of these things, more fights. His whole family has been doing it his whole life, but I just want it more, and I have a stronger why. And because of that, you're gonna see the dog come out of me. I think I caught up to Tommy and surpassed him.
Who has the most to lose in this fight? Because it's for all the marbles. There's a lot of ego involved in this fight as well.
I think it's got to be me, just because I have so much else going on. I have my own promotional company. He's just a reality TV star, and that boxes on the side. But this is really a win-win for him. This is his biggest payday, his biggest fight, and if he can beat me, like, he would become the king of this scene now, because I'm currently sitting atop the throne in terms of this, like, crossover professional boxing sport, and that's why I think I have more to lose. But he also has a lot to lose.
Listen, Tyson said to him, listen, if you don't beat Jake Paul, you got to stay in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I was gonna ask him later if he's got a real estate agent, because he needs to start looking for properties out there.
Is that what you believe? You believe come fight night, that bell goes, final round. Is it seeing the final round?
No, definitely not. And I think it's less than 3 rounds. 3 rounds or less. He just can't keep up with him. He's never been in there with someone good. His opponents are combined record of 20 wins and like 200 losses or something like that. No one's been put in there to really test him. And he's only gone 6 rounds. This will be his first time being a main event. All the pressure, all the nerves, all of that's going to really get to him. He's never experienced it before. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into. And I believe in my power. Less than 3 rounds for sure.
Jake, tell me what's good, son? Listen, you need to stop running, my friend, and let's get it on. What's going on? Chill out.
Is that rivalry real? Is there something, you know, underneath where you really want to hurt this guy, or is it for the promotion of the show?
You know, it's not even about it being him. It's more so about all the critics who have said fight a real boxer and fight someone your age. I'm taking out my anger towards them on Tommy. I do think that he is like an arrogant kid who doesn't really believe what he's saying. He's kind of just emulating his father and his brother. I would say he's like an imposter in that sense. He has this false bravado and false confidence. And I see right through it. I think all the real ones who like understand this game see right through it. And I'm just getting started. Now I've got like 29 days to with this kid's head. I see me under his skin for sure. It's just how he's gonna handle the knockout. I feel like that's gonna be pretty devastating for him. He was posting on social media when he pulled out of the last fight. He was getting like flamed on social media for being like a bitch essentially. And a couple weeks later, he was like posting on his story like, the internet's been a really tough place for me lately. Like this has not been easy to deal with. Like, and talking about his real excuse for pulling out of the fight. So he was already like going through it in that sense, just from pulling out of the fight. So when he gets knocked out, I don't know how he's gonna deal with it, and I don't think he'll want to be friends with me.
If you do win this fight, what's next for you? Because I know you always like to step up the levels. Obviously now, one of the Furies you're fighting. What's the path? Where do you want to get to? I know you've spoken about Canelo, but what's in between?
Yeah, look, I want to become a world champion, and so really all of these people are just like stepping stones to get to that point and continuing to increase my level of opposition. Also starting to train MMA, and I want to be the first boxer in history to actually go into MMA, because a lot of fighters, boxers have MMA fighters have gone into boxing, but no one's done it the other way around. So excited to go on that journey, and then, you know, just gonna become a world champion in this sport one day.
It's big dreams, no doubt. Listen, Tommy Fury's gonna sit in that exact seat. If you got anything to say to him, say it right down the lens. Keep it short and sweet.
Bro, do you use spray tan? Because there's not sun here, so like, how do you get so tan? We're all wondering.
For the deep and important questions, absolute pleasure, Jake.